Hello, come in. Martin, my friend Martin Guitar, and I, we were just talking about how can we make sense and order out of what sometimes seems to be haphazard events in our lives. How do we know? Martin, being a very wise guitar, said this. Guide us, O thou great Jehovah. That's good counsel. And also, I like this. Elder David A. Bednar, member of the Council of the 12 Apostles in the church. We know that. He's come out with a new book. It's titled One on One. And the thesis could be described in this story, which I'm told is a true story. He was up on his roof fixing things on one of the rare days they have off, and he needed a tool or more materials or something. So he went down to the hardware store. He's dressed in an old sweatshirt and jeans and a baseball cap. Not exactly your apostle's clothing, but he was working. So he's shopping in there. A man came up behind him and said quietly, "Elder Bednar, the disguise is not working." So they had a little chuckle. He didn't look so much like an apostle at that time. But Elder Bednar said this back to him. Well, first the man said, "But while you're here, could you answer me a few questions?" Elder Bednar said, "Of course. That's why I came." And the man said, "Huh?" "Yes. When you're in the service of the Lord, there are no coincidences," Elder Bednar said. That really hit me. I have wondered about that a lot. Probably you have too. When you're in the service of the Lord, there are no coincidence. What are the implications of that? One is that how do we know when we are in the service of the Lord? One way is to ask ourselves, is it preaching the gospel? Is it perfecting the saints? Is it redeeming the dead? Those three great missions of the church. But of course, within those boundaries, there are all kinds of things. You could preach the gospel by going on a mission to outer Mongolia, or you could do it by giving a smile and a wave to your neighbor. You could perfect the saints by getting a PhD, or you could do it by helping your little child lisp through his very first prayer. You could redeem the dead by spending 6 days a week with your head in a microfilm reading machine. Or you could call up Grandma and say, "Hey, tell me about the good old days." There are all kinds of ways to do it. But the promise is that if we're doing the Lord's work, He will help us put it all together. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It could be joyful, fun, or it could be drudgery or painful. It could be common and average, or it could be miraculous. But whatever it is, we will be doing work with the Lord. And it will be good, and it will be good for us. And there will be no coincidences. I think that's an intriguing idea. I would suggest maybe we look at our lives through that lens and see what we see. What do we remember about things in the past? If you do that, I would be interested to know what you see from your life. If you'd like to share it with me, send me an email at dwayneHyatt@gmail.com. And don't forget Martin's advice. Guide me thou, O great Jehovah.